Our next guest is a best-selling author and became famous for her inspirational self-love mantras on Instagram, and she has been called the poet of her generation by Time magazine.
And now she is out with her first children's book called What the Road Said. Cleo Wade joins us now to tell us more about the book and how both children and adults can celebrate the journeys we are all on. Cleo, I'm very excited. One of my friends gave me your book during the pandemic, and it's by my bedside, and it is so beautiful. So I've just been reading your children's book. It is, I mean, really remarkable. I have chills reading it. It took you 5 years to write it?
Yes. And by the way, that makes me so happy. Every time someone tells me that my book's on their nightstand, I'm like, oh, so cool. About almost 5 years ago when I was actually writing my first book, I had this idea. It kind of came to me out of nowhere, and these words came to my mind, and the words were, I said to the road, where do you lead? The road said, be a leader and find out. And I knew that there was something I wanted to do with them, but it didn't really fit into the adult book I was writing. And I've since written 3 adult books, and I always kept looking at this Post-it note I had with these words written on it. And I was like, I've got to do something with this. And so those are the words that ended up becoming the opening lines of my kids' book.
Well, what happened? You just wanted to hold on to it and said, I got to do something with it. But did I have it right? You started out here as it was supposed to be a letter to your childhood self, and then it kind of evolved?
Yeah, I decided, when I decided to create this book, it's kind of like when I was writing my adult books, I was like, I need to write the book that I really need. And I really need it as a teenager or even in that moment I needed. And so when I went to write the kids' book, it was actually a really scary and kind of at times painful and sad journey, because I really decided to write the book I needed as a kid, which meant I had to kind of jump into the shoes of my childhood self on kind of her worst days, because I wanted to write the book that could console her and make her feel warm and comforted when she had a hard time, when she struggled with loneliness or shame or being afraid of the world or having so many questions or being confused. And so it started out as this love letter to my childhood self. And then halfway through the process, I became pregnant with my own daughter. And by the time I finished the book, I was a mom with a 2-month-old. And so it turned into this love letter, not only for my daughter, but I think also it helps me kind of remember the type of mom I want to be, which is why I swear I cry every time I think about this book. It makes me so emotional. So, yeah.
I actually almost started crying because I just finished the book while you were talking, and it is so beautiful. Your inspirational words have meant a lot to so many during these times this year we've had, and I know that your messages were everywhere, including in protests for social injustice. How did it feel to see your words on some of those poster boards as people were marching through the streets?
It's probably, of all the things that I ever write or do or make, including all of my books, it's probably the place I feel the most proud. Because when people are, risking their own safety to do what's right and stand up for what's right and speak up, I just feel so lucky that my words can help them find the words when they feel like they don't have them, but they know that something's wrong and they need to make it right.
Cleo, thank you so much for being with us. You made my day.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And everyone, you can purchase What the Road Said anywhere books are sold.
All right, Dr. Ashton.
And I just followed her on Instagram because I want those inspirational quotes.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.